Hey guys, it's ArchieLuxury, and today guys, I want to introduce a new product. It's called ULO. Now what is ULO? It's a digital business cards social platform that helps consumers and businesses get connected. It helps promote products and services all within a single professional network. Now, ULO was designed and built by the best. It's built by ex-Pebble engineers who pioneered in the smartwatch market. And they raised funds via a Kickstarter project. If you struggle to stay in touch with your customers, ULO solves such problems by collecting your contacts, enabling payments, and maintaining the conversations all within a single professional network. Guys, click on the QR code, take a look yourself. ULO, that's right guys, ULO, check it out. I'm ArchieLuxury, I'm gonna give it a try myself. Hi guys, ArchieLuxury on the ArchieLuxury channel. Today guys, I want to talk about rebuilding my collection. Now, if you don't already know, I was burgled when I came back from America. I came back and all my watches had been taken. And all I had was the wristwatch on my wrist, my Rolex Explorer 2. I lost 4 Patek Philippe's. I lost 3 Rolexes, a Speedmaster, a Reverso, and a Breguet Type 20. So quite a considerable loss there. And I've got to talk to you about rebuilding. And the reality is, guys, I make my living from YouTube. A good friend of mine said to me, he said, Arch, the most important thing is you've got your income and your YouTube. And it's funny he said that because for me, I had always been conscious of the fact that YouTube could end tomorrow. YouTube, you could get demonetized, they could change the algorithm, it could all end tomorrow. And this was partly the reason why I invested so much money in building a watch collection, because it was a store of money. I never in my wildest dreams thought that the collection would be stolen, burgled, robbed. I never thought that would happen. So it came as a massive shock. He said to me, he said, you know, if you had a choice of having your collection but losing YouTube, or losing YouTube but having your collection, he said you're much better off to lose your collection and keep your income stream on YouTube going. I beg to differ. I would have preferred the other way round, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. So I'm one of these sort of guys who I can't get involved in the love of watches unless I have some samples. I need my own watches to love and to hoard and possess. And following the burglary, it had all gone. So in the aftermath, besides having a constant headache for about 4 or 5 days, besides feeling that my world had ended, and besides picking up COVID because my immune system had dropped and who God knows what, I started thinking to myself, okay, how many watches do you really need? How many watches do you really want? And you know what? That's when I started devising, if I was to come back, if I was going to get some watches back, how many do you really want? And I got to tell you, the first thing I thought about was, you know, maybe one watch is the way to go. One wristwatch is the way to go. And that's an interesting equation. That's a very interesting equation. And when I thought about it, I got more deeply involved in it there. I got more involved in it, and I started thinking to myself, you know what? I want a Rolex! I want a Rolex. I want a Submariner! And I want a bit of bling. And yes, you could say go for solid gold Submariner, but you know what? I never felt comfortable when I had a pre-ceramic solid gold Submariner. I always thought it was always just a little bit soft, a little bit over the top, a little bit cautious. But I remembered the times when I had a two-tone Daytona, the Maserati blue dial two-tone Daytona, and I thought, baby, the bluesy Submariner. What a beautiful watch. And that's really a piece of a la resistance. I think that's a great piece to enjoy. And that was actually the first piece. I started thinking, what piece do I really crave? I've had such knowledge on watches. I've had a number of watches. What would I like to have? And it was a bluesy Submariner. Ceramic. That's what I decided I'd like to have there. Now, I then sort of thought to myself, you know, it's sort of, with these watches, I had the Explorer 2, which I think is one of the quintessential travel watches. I had the 42mm Explorer 2. I thought, you know what, I'd love to add a bluesy to that. And before you know it, before I could think any further, my good friends, Ronnie from Vintage Watch Co. From Luxuria Watches in Sydney, and Dave, the super collector, they gifted me a 3861 Speedmaster, Man on the Moon, House of Light Glass, the iconic Archie watch. And I gotta tell you guys, before you knew it, I was then starting to get back into the swing. Yes, it's a travesty I had my collection robbed. Yes, it is. But why not? What can you do? You're gonna let that be your end statement? Are you gonna wallow in that misery or move forward? And I gotta be totally honest with you. That's how I'm keep pedaling on this bike of life. Keep pedaling. I think the important thing is to keep pedaling. Keep pedaling, keep pedaling, keep pedaling. Very important. Keep pedaling. And then what else happened then? Well, I gotta tell you, I then thought, you know, one of the watches that I really loved, the Reverso. And I had a Reverso Grand Date. Now, it's kind of a special watch. 8-day power reserve, double barrel. It was just such a quintessential Reverso. and they were only made in relatively small numbers, but it was always a model I loved. And a good friend of mine managed to scoop one up, and he said, Arch, I'll let you play with it for a while. See if you want it. So I'm on the cusp of saying, you know what, I will take that Reverso. And I gotta tell you, in all honesty, I've had some really good support. Dave, the Super Collector. I recently, this watch here, I didn't have the money for this. I put some down, and he very kindly said, look, you take this, give me your Explorer as security, and when you have got the rest of the money, I'll give you your Explorer back. So this has been kind of a pick-me-up. It's a pick-me-up. And it's something I really do love. So in my case there, I've got 3 watches. I got Explorer 2, which is the memory of my old collection. I got a Speedmaster Man on the Moon gifted to me by Dave, the Super Collector, Ronnie from Vintage Watch Co, and also Co from Luxuria. Then I managed to wrangle this watch here as a bit of a pick-me-up. And it has picked me up. It is a beautiful, it's a beautiful, beautiful, charming watch. It's a watch I've loved for a long time. I've always loved the two-tone bluesy, and my choice would be the ceramic because of the bracelet improvements. The ceramic bezel just feels more substantial. It just feels modern. It just feels perfect. So I've got to tell you guys, rebuilding my collection, rebuilding the collection itself there it's not easy. These watches are expensive. They're expensive. I've had a travesty happen to me. And all I can do really is, guys, all I can do is try my best, try my bestest, and try my best and keep peddling. So I gotta tell you, I came back from America completely robbed, cleaned out. With all I had was my Explorer 1. Sorry, Explorer 2. Explorer 2. That was my one watch. I was gifted a Speedmaster by some really amazing guys. Then I put some money in. Got the two-tone bluesy. Okay, I gotta buy back. I've gotta pay off the rest of it to get my Explorer 2 back, but that doesn't matter. It's a good friend. He's a good mate. He's a very good mate. Then I've got the chance to get a Reverso. And I'm thinking down the track, getting a Patek Philippe Calatrava would complete 5 pieces there. 5 pieces. The Archie 5. And that's what I'm going to try and aim for. It's not easy. Baby steps, baby steps. Try and aim for that and see what we can do. So that's what I'm aiming to do. Life ain't always fair. Life ain't always fair. But that's the way I want to try and build my collection. I've had a lot of support from some really good friends. And It's helped me get through this, helped me pull through. It is very painful, but I don't want to let this be the end of my collecting days, my love for watches. Put some comments below. What do you think? Some people are saying, Archie, you're collecting the old stuff again. Well, these are things that made me happy. So I'd like to hear what you think. Put some comments below, and I will see you in the next one. I'm ArchieLuxury. Tell me what you guys think of that. Hi guys, it's ArchieLuxury. Guys, I want to talk to you about David SW. David SW, David SW. Guys, if you are in America, if you are looking for a Rolex watch of your dreams, in fact, if you're looking for a contemporary modern wristwatch, I strongly advise you to look at David SW. Guys, don't play the dealer games. Don't bring in chocolates or Krispy Kremes for your dealer hoping to get a Rolex at retail. It's futile. Please, guys, save your dignity. Keep some pride. Go to David SW. I would highly recommend David SW, David SW. If you're in America and you're looking for a watch, go to David SW, David SW, David SW. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury on the YouTube sensation, the Paul Pluta channel. Guys, I need you to help me out, guys. I can't survive on Google Ads alone. I need you to request a paid review. $50 US, look down in the description. $50 US, I will review your collection. I'll tell you what I think of it, and I'll give you some pointers. The other thing is, guys, you can sponsor me on Patreon. Patreon allows you to pay a couple bucks a month, $1, $2, $5, whatever you want, and it keeps me going on YouTube. Because, guys, I'm in a niche. Nobody can make money out of the views I get. The views are crap because it's a small, specialized area, and I don't talk about garbage for the sake of views. Guys, sponsor me on Patreon, look down below, and I will see you in the next one.